recap whatever we have learned. We have learned in the previous classes select statement, then how to use order by. So by default order by takes the ascending, not the descending. If you want to use the descending, you have to explicitly mention descending. Okay, and we also learned about alias. Okay, and we learned about null. Okay, uh, yeah, we learned about the alias names. Okay, pseudonames you can give temporarily, and these are all temporary. Whatever the information you are writing here, right? Alias names and all, that is temporary. Once you close your session, it gets deleted. Okay, so it's not updating the table. This one, then we learned about this is I'll teach you last. PG table and all, those are admin work. Okay, and we also learned about concatenating. Okay, concatenating the using a pipe symbol. Okay, how do you give a space? These are all formatting, guys. Okay, so when you want to pull a report from your database and showcase in a web page or in a Excel, right? This comes very neat. Okay, and in handy. Okay, so if you use all this formatting, pipe symbol, and giving a space. Okay, and you have see right now I'm selecting here first name and last name, and there is a space between, and I'm writing here full name. Okay, instead of writing first name last name, I'll say full name, so both will come as a report, and then you export that and you can share it. Otherwise what happens, you will get first name last name, and if the other person says, the stakeholder, I need to club them, can you club it? Okay, again it's a problem, right? So you can use this statement, you can take a requirement from them, you need clubbing or you need a separate field. Okay, and then you can write your code, and you can pull out the data. Okay, and we learned about order by clause. So by default it takes ascending. Okay, even if you say order by first name, okay, you don't mention this ascending, it will come as a the first name ascending. Okay, so for example, you have names starting with A. Okay, alphabetical order, so it will start from A to Z. Okay, that's the format. If you need Z to A, here you have to mention descending, DSC, by explicitly. Okay, this one order by, yeah, these are all examples which we have already done. So today we're going to learn about distinct. Okay, so what is distinct and how do we write a query for distinct? Okay, let me open my. So distinct, what it does is, okay, it's a function. Okay, it removes duplicate rows. Okay, not column and all, rows. Okay, say for example you have 20 rows. Okay, and there are some duplicate values. Okay, so there is a person called John. Okay, I mean by mistakenly you have copied the entire row and pasted again, so it's a duplicate value, right? So how do you identify those? So you can simply use the distinct feature. Okay, you can use distinct. uh, See, the first statement that I have written is select distinct retains one row for each group of duplicate. Okay, so you have columns like 10, so it will show if you have duplicates there. Okay, and this one is column wise. Say for example you're looking for now what is that called, employee ID. Okay, so just assume your column name is employee ID. You will say select distinct employee ID from table name. Okay, whatever the table is, like employee details or employee info. Then what happens is it will pick up the column name only. Okay, so if there is a distinct, if it is not there, it will say entire row, like 1,000 rows data it will show. If there is a distinct, it will show. Okay, and here you can see the third example. You can do not only with one column. In the second step, you can do multiple column name. Okay, so I'm showing you all different use cases that you can make use of it to run this distinct function. Okay, and you can also select distinct star from table name. Simple. Okay, this also we'll see all these examples. Uh, okay, and this is a summary. So distinct is used to remove duplicate rows from a result set of a query. Okay, so let's do some hands-on first. Okay, so today's date 27th. Okay, so let me okay, so let me write one query. Okay, so I'll pick the DVD rental website. Okay, so I'll pick up the same website, sorry, database, same database, and then we'll query, and I'll just expand this rows just to see the tables. Okay, so I have all these tables, so I'll just run select start from film. Okay, select enter F5. Okay, so I have all these fields here. Okay, so I have a couple of fields here. Okay, now what I want to do is first I'll write down a simple statement which is select distinct star from film. Okay, we'll just run it. Okay, so now you see hundreds rows affected. If you have noticed the first statement without a distinct, this says 1000 rows affected. Okay, when I run this, I'm seeing the same result. What that shows is there are no missing duplicate values. Simple, because this is a DVD rental, the one which we downloaded, right? It's a practice database, so I'm assuming there are none there. Okay, but we'll use the same example when we learn about to write a data into a table. Okay, inserting data. Okay, say for example I have this entry Alabama Devil. Okay, there's a movie a description year and all. I'll take the same entry and I will enter there, and then we'll enter the distinct and we'll run the distinct command, and you will see one result will come there. Okay, so right now it is not there, but I'll pick some other table also. Film, uh, I'll pick customer. Okay, so I'll just copy this. I need to change the table name customer. Okay, so select, then I'll run it. Okay, okay, now I have this. Okay, now 599 rows it's showing, but do I know how what is the result before? So I have to run without a distinct and see if it is the same 599 for customers. Okay, then I think, yeah, 599. Okay, so there are no uh, uh, duplicate values. Okay, I'll pick uh, first name now. Okay, first name and last name. Let's see if we have any in the first name or second name, last name. Okay, simple statement. You can, I'll just copy paste distinct. I'll say distinct instead of star. I'll say first name. Okay, first name comma. First I'll run with first name. Okay, let's see. See. Now you see there are some rows, duplicate rows, but it could be a same name, right? Two people will have a same name, right? So how do you identify that? Okay, you have to use a primary key here. Okay, for example, if I run this select star from customer, okay, now here you see pk stands for primary key. Okay, this should be unique. Okay, if this is not unique, then there is a problem. Okay, this is how you can validate in a real time scenario. Okay, so I'll say, I'll just paste it. Different scenarios I'm just adding here so that you can practice. Okay, I'll say what is the column name here? Custom cust ID. Okay, so distinct CUST customer underscore ID. Okay, select distinct customer ID from customer. See, wow, we have how many? 599. Okay, so we have 599. So if you see the earlier when we ran this select star from customer, we still had the 599 only. Okay, so that means since here we are using the customer ID only one column, so you are not seeing all this results here in the display. Okay, so you are seeing only this. So still that means there are no missing values there. Okay, so you can try with different combination here. I took first name. Now I'll take last name. Okay, last name, and let's see if it gives you any details. 599 again. You can see 599 rows. So that means if you see less than 599, 2 or 3 rows, then that means these are repeated one or duplicate values are there. Okay, since these are unique, a practice database, so I don't think so. We'll create something in the upcoming classes when we learn about uh, uh, the other commands, which is inserting a data into your database or table. Okay, how to create a table, inserting, okay, editing, modifying. Okay, when we learn all those topics, I will show you that. Okay, so right now we don't have any data. That's okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is about the distinct. Okay, now we have another topics. Okay, okay, what is the yeah, filtering data? Okay, filtering data, I'll just open PPT. Okay, so this is a topic that we're going to learn today. Okay, okay, now what is filtering? Okay, everybody knows when you want to do some um, data manipulation or some data that you want to retrieve based on some condition. Okay, we call it as a filtering data. Now what are the keywords that we can use? Okay, so we have where. Okay, so where is the first keyword where you will use this most of the time. Okay guys, I'm telling you, if you practice with filtering data, right, your job is very easy to retrieve data. Okay, so what does the where does? Filter rows based on a specific condition. For example, you have a database, okay, let's say employee, okay, and you want to pull some record based on his department. So what is the uh, query that you will write? You will say select star from employee data where employee department equals to IT or finance or HR. Okay, that it will populate all the information. Okay, only for specific ID you can also do that with employee ID followed by some number. Okay, whatever the employee ID of that person you are looking for, you can pull. Now, second one is a AND operator. Okay, what does it do is it combines two Boolean expression. Okay, and return true if both expressions evaluate to true. Okay, this is a very important statement because if one is right, one condition satisfies and other condition doesn't, it will say no record found. Okay, so it has to return true if both expressions evaluate to true. Okay, that is where you will use and. Okay, for example, uh, I'll say select star from employee where employee name is like Sai and employee ID is equal to B001. Okay, Bangalore 001. Now, if these two conditions satisfy, okay, then it will show. And okay, that is the difference. Now, what is or any one of these expressions evaluates to false. Okay, so this is a statement you have to false. Okay, one of them is false. Combine two Boolean expression and return false if either expression evaluates to false. Either means both. Okay, we'll do some hands-on. Okay, then limit retrieves a subset of rows generated by a query. For example, whatever the query that I just ran, we saw 599 rows. Okay, I'm not interested in seeing all 599 scrolling up and down. I just need 20 columns. Okay, how do you do that? You'll say limit equals to 20. Simple. Okay, those who have done this Python course earlier, so you guys, if you recall, we use something called head and tail, right? Similarly, here also we have a different keyword which is called limit. Okay, fetch and limit the number of rows returned by a query. Fetch. Okay, same thing. And in, okay, this is very important. In, okay, select data that matches any value in a list of values. For example, say you have XYZ company, you have uh, uh, its presence in India, different location. Example, Noida, Mumbai, um, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai and Kerala. Okay, so you have some 6 locations. Now you have a task that you have to retrieve the information from Noida and Bangalore only. Sorry, Mumbai only. So, and this in keyword filtering, when you are filtering data, right? This in keyword will help you fetch these kind of values. Okay, this kind, it matches any value in a list of values. Okay, we'll have a hands-on, guys, all this. Okay, and what I'll do is tomorrow I'll see if I can create or download a Netflix data also. If I'm not wrong, last time we did Netflix. So I'll pick up the similar data set here. Okay, just for learning purpose. If you are learning with only one database, that is the DVD rental, you will not get that clarity. We need some a database where we should see some missing values and all. Otherwise, we can create. Once we learn this um, uh, after DDL, we can learn DCL or DML. Okay, manipulation language, where we'll insert data and all. Then we can look at those examples to get some hands-on. Okay, so this is very important. See, I use this limit and all. I don't use. Okay, sometimes I use limit and between, yes, this also I use between. What does it do? It select data that is in a range of values. Say for example, you have a date stamp. Okay, so you want to find between Monday to Friday how many calls did the support folks receive. How do you filter? You say date. If the column name is date, date is between. Okay, date between this to this. Okay, I'll show you how to write the parameter. Okay, for between and all, then you'll get some hands-on. See, whatever the queries that I'm sending, right, saving and sending you, you keep that as a master copy. Okay, because whenever you get these type of scenarios, right? You can look at the example. Only thing is you have to check the column names there, because whatever the column names that we see in DVD rental, you will not see the same in your real-time scenario. Okay, so it all depends on your database. Okay, so if the date time is in different format, you have to look at that as well. Okay, like is another filter that you can use in filtering data. What does it do? It filter data based on pattern matching. Like for example, say for example, uh, we have these locations, right? So 4 or 5 locations you have in India. Now, okay, I have a company in Baroda, okay, Gujarat, and I have another company in Bangalore. Okay, now if you see Bangalore and Baroda, I mean, the spellings are different. But how do you tell? Uh, uh, I mean, SQL query. How do you write a SQL query with a like? You'll say like BAR. Okay, so you'll write only 3 letters. Okay, where location equals like BAR, and you'll put a dollar sign. Okay, whatever it could be, BAR or whatever it may be there, but it will pick only for Baroda. Okay, we'll do all this hands on now. We'll do all this hands on now. Okay, so that you'll get some example, and then we will practice. Okay. Mm. So this is a where clause. Again, I have given a explanation here. What is where? Okay, where clause with all operators. Different scenarios I have given here. Okay. So I'll show you all those things now. Okay. Okay. Now filtering data. What are the things that we're gonna learn? I'll just mention here is where clause. Okay. Where then and operator. Okay. Then we have for operator, limit, uh, fetch, fetch. Okay, and after fetch, I think in. Okay, in, between, between. Uh, 1 minute, what happened? Control Z. Okay.
Data got deleted.
No, it is there. I just pressed. I don't know what happened. I was typing something in the keyboard. It went away.
Okay.
Okay. Between, and the last one is like. Okay. So we'll see all this filtering scenarios with an examples. Okay, so I'm gonna use, just save it. Yeah, I'm gonna use this table only. Okay, and then we'll practice it. Okay, so I'll pick something called customer again. Okay, so first customer table. Let's see what are the data we have. Okay, so instead of writing, I'll just copy paste so that it will save my time also. So what happened? Oh, okay. This is the problem with Postgres is whatever the query that you have written at the top right, it will go there and please run that. Okay. So if you want to run this, you have to highlight this. Okay, and then you have to run it. This is the problem. Okay. So this is my data set. Okay. So first thing I'll use some couple of selections here. I'll say select last. I'll say first underscore name, comma, last underscore name from, okay, I'll use the customer table, customer, okay, customer table, and now I'll use the where first, okay. You can use small also, guys, okay. Where, see, if your editor or Postgres application knows what are the inbuilt keywords. Okay, now where is a keyword? Okay, if I say where as, okay, see this turns into blue. Okay, this is not a keyword. Okay, so always you have a color code. So select is a keyword inbuilt. Select star from. Okay, and table name, it could be anything, right? Take customers, whatever table you have, it will search. If it is not found, say for example, if I say customers, okay, if I pick something like this, run it, it shows. 1 minute, I think selected everything. Okay, it shows, see, first line, error, relation customer does not exist. This is the first command you have to read. Okay, error, and then immediately you just expand this and see where is my customer. Okay, there is no s, you have to remove the s and run it again. Okay, then it will fetch you the data. Okay, so this is first. Now how I'm using this where clause to show you an example. Where I'll say first name equals, okay, there's a symbol you have to use. Okay, if you use two, that is comparison. Okay, this is a comparison, equal to equals. Okay, one is one, and then quote. Okay, single quote, and say for example you have something called Nancy. Okay, you can write Nancy. Okay, just querying with the first name. Okay, and then I'll close the quote. I'll run this. You can semicolon is not compulsory. You can leave that also. Okay. Now I have the first name and last name of Nancy. Okay. If I want to see John, how many Johns we have? John. Okay. I have only one John. Okay. But here I am fetching first name and last name. What if I say select star from? Okay. Let's do that. Okay, I'll run this. Now you see there is only one record, which is customer ID with 300, store ID 1, John, Fransworth, and this is all the details of this customer. Okay, with a first name. Okay, I'll pick up something else now. Mm, 1 minute, I'll just run this to see what are the records we have. Okay, so we have active boolean true. Okay, now here how many actors, this is customer, right? How many customers are true? I mean active means, active boolean means those who are still using the feature, or integer active is there. Okay, I want to see how many are zero and how many are ones here. Okay, how many active users we have, count. I want to know the count. What I'll do is I'll pick the same thing, the star one. Okay, here instead of first name, I'll say what is the name? Active. Active equals 1. Okay, okay. So how many? 584 rows. Okay, if I run this customer, their customer thing. Okay, so I have 599. Okay, so total records rows that we have is 599. Out of that, active is, out of 599, how many are active? Oh, I didn't pick the select one. Okay, how many active are? 584. So how many are inactive? Close to some 18. Okay, 17, 18. So even if you want, you can use a different condition here. You'll say 0. Okay, 1 and 0. 15. 15 are inactive users from your record. Okay, this is how you can format and then you can showcase in a report. Okay, or you can download the data and you can move it to some Power BI reports, and then you can show. this is one. Okay, so where we have done this, and I'll take one more example. Okay, uh, what are the rows we have? These are the rows. So created date I have. Okay, what is address? Okay, this is some address. I'll pick for something from film. Select. Okay, now in film I have all these rows. Okay, now I have language ID. Okay, rental duration, length. Then I have rating. Okay, now I'll just pick up the rating here. Okay, so where I can do some practice. So I'll use select star from, I'll just copy this one instead of right typing again. I'll say from film. Okay, so here the table is different, so you have to make those changes. Where now what is the row I am looking for? Rating. Okay, so for, it's not a first name, it's a rating. Now what is the rating I'm looking for? I'm looking for R, restricted. How many movies, libraries I have as restricted? Okay, so I'll say R. Okay, 195 list I have. Okay, which are like restricted. If you see here, you see all the data only restricted. You can see R. Okay, so you can do the count also. Okay, 195. Okay, so we have 195 movies in our catalog which are restricted. Okay, now whatever the format that you see there, okay, you can do that. Okay, and you can use the distinct option also here. Okay, I'll show you how to use. Now here, see how many records we have? 1000 records. Okay, and R is some 169. Okay, now I have 1000 records. I want to see what are the rating types we have. Okay, I can see here like this on the right. I don't know, I mean entire list I don't know. Okay, so how do you use this thing to see this? Okay, Sel select distinct. Okay, here inside the parameter you have to pass on the rating. Okay, rating column. Okay, rating column from what is the table name? Fill. Okay, I'll run this. Okay, now you see I have only 5 parameters: PG, G means general, PG 13 is for kids less than 13. Okay, and R is restricted, and NC 17. I don't know the dictionary for NC meaning. Okay, uh, non-content or something, I don't know the meaning. Okay, so you see you can use the distinct here for mapping how what are the entries are there. Okay, unique entries, these are all unique entries, so 5 unique entries you have. Okay, similarly here you have release here, right? Release here also you can do same thing. Okay, I'll pick rental rate. I want to see the rate here. Okay, so sorry. Okay, I want to see, I'll just copy this, paste it here. Instead of this, I'll say rental rate. Rental underscore rate. Okay, from film. Table name is film. Okay, I want to see unique value. See, the pricing is 3 values are there, repeated for different movies. Okay, 2.9, so which is $3. Another one is $5, and another one is close to $1. These are the movie rental rates. Okay, Now I'll pick up some more example with releasing year. Okay, rating we have done. Trailers. Okay, leave it. Replacement cost, rental duration. Okay, I'll use the rental duration also. So I want to see what type of duration people are keeping the DVDs at home. Okay, is it for 7 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours? I can see here. Okay, I cannot go through all the records. So I'll simply use the distinct feature to find the distinct value from a row. So I'll say rental duration. Okay. Oh, spelling mistake. Rental duration. Okay. Now you see. Minimum is from the record I can see 3 is the minimum hours people are taking for 3 hours and then returning after watching the movie they are returning it. Okay, next one is 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, as your rental duration increases, the price for that duration also increases. Okay, that is how the price. Okay, so if I say comma, okay, now you see for 3 hours this is what we are getting. Okay, so you can separate this. How can you do the concatenating? By using those pipe symbols, and then you can uh, use the this one. Okay, so this one example I want to show you. Okay, see 7 hours 99, 6 hours $5. Okay, so you have a mixed data set here. Even for 7 hours, they are charging $3. Okay, so it doesn't make any difference. So you don't see any correlation or pattern with uh, duration and rental rate here in this example. Clear, guys, with the distinct and where? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, friend.
Okay, now mm, what is the next one? Here. And okay, and operator. I'll say operator. Okay, how do we use the and? Okay. Now, what is the definition that we read for and? Okay, and combines two Boolean expression. Okay, two Boolean expression return true. Okay, return true if both expressions evaluate to true. Okay, so we will get some hands on with this. So I'll say select star from table. I'll take customer where okay first name equals I'll say some name Jamie. I'll use the and operator now. Now you see in where I'm using and. Okay, so you can use the combination of in with where. Okay, so you can do all those multiple examples here. Okay, and last underscore name equals to I'll say Jamie Rice. Okay, select star from where? Yeah. Okay, let's run this and let's see. This condition, if it is true, then only we can see
Is the
this.
screen frozen? Because after and I'm not able to see anything further.
No,
How about others?
What about others, guys? Are you able to see my movement, screen movement?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Sven, we are able to see your movement.
Maybe your
Uh,
internet, Rajesh.
okay, okay. Let
Give
me
it a
check.
second. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Otherwise, you want
After
me?
after and what was the query? Last name is equal to
Last name is equal to Rice. RIC.
RIC. Okay.
Okay. 1 minute. I'll just ping it in. Maybe you are trying along with me, right?
Yeah, I'm writing the code, so this along with you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Live. You are doing a live practice. Okay. So I just pinged it on our WhatsApp. Okay. For others, let's see the result. Okay. Now you see. Okay. Again, I am missing this. Select all. Okay. Okay. Now you see this is matching both condition. Okay. So we are getting. Now I'll slightly change it to price. Okay. Price. Okay. Jamie price. Let's see. We get some name. Okay. Nothing. It will not give any error message here. Since it has not found these two combination, it will show you only the columns with no results. Okay. It will show 0 records. That indicates we didn't find any matching with this first name and last name. Clear, guys? This is very important. Okay. I'll just give this example so that you can practice. Okay. Okay. This is one. We'll try another one with a different name. Okay. Before that, I'll pick some table here, language, film category, film actor. Okay. Let's play with some other tables. Let's start from uh, film actor. Okay, I need more columns. Okay, that is what I'm looking at. So I'll say film category, film actor. Okay, let's see how many rows we have. Film actor. Okay. No, I have only three. No, I want something else. Category. Okay, let me see how many columns we have for inventory. Four. Uh, Three. Okay, I'll use the same film only then. Okay, we need more columns so that we can do some practice with the different combination. That is the reason I'm looking for. Okay, I have this table now. Okay, now here I will use something called a condition. Okay, with where and all I'll use. So I'll just copy this. Okay, and slightly I'll change the column name. Select star from what is the table name? This one table name is film. Okay, and then I want to do the combination with not first name. I'll pick something called rental rate. Rental underscore rate. Rental rate equals to 4.99. Okay, and then I'll pick something called rating. Okay, uh, rating equals to, I'll say generic PG. Okay, parental guidance. So I want to see how many records we have. See, I have 68 rows. Okay. Now, if you go towards right, you will see all record with 4.9. If you scroll down, you see. And what is the other condition? PG. Okay. This is how you can retrieve data based on two condition with and. Okay. So this is one example. Okay, for and. Now we'll go with next one. Okay, or operator, and we are clear now. Okay, or means if both the conditions are false. Okay, I'll go with the same. I'll just pick this same statement. Okay, it will save my time also for typing. I'll say select star from customer. Okay, where first name equals to Jamie. Okay, instead of and, I'll say or last name is equal to rise. Okay, okay, you see. Now, what it has done is, you see there are two entries of Jamie which are true in our condition is matching. Okay, and last name it is matching with Rice. Okay, so it will give this record as well as this record or. Okay, that's the beauty of or. Okay, so you don't know when to use what. Okay, so you can use and or. These are very helpful keywords that you have to query your data. Okay. This is a simple thing, guys. Okay, same thing and whatever we are using now, you have to do some hands-on practice. Okay, next one is what in. Yeah, in is very good. Next one is in keyword. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go with the customer name only. Okay, I'll go to the same customer table. Select start from customer where first name. Okay, so I'll delete this. We don't need all these things. So select start from customer where first name, okay, first name, uh, I'll give some okay spaces there. I'll say in, okay, in, okay, and then after in, it's a function, so you have to add braces here, and all these entries that you write, you have to write in quotes. Okay, say for example in first name I'll find different name John, Jackie. Okay, so I want to find, I don't know their employee ID, I know by name, I remember my customers by name. Okay, I want to find out by name, so I have different conditions, so I'll pick those conditions. I'll say and, okay, second condition is any, third condition is with a I. Okay, so any. Okay, a n n a n n I. Okay, there's a first condition, three conditions I am searching in first name. Let's see if it fetches my results. Super. See, and any. See, so this is the beauty of in. Okay, and I can use in films also. Okay, for example, uh, okay, so rental duration is there. Okay, so I'll say, I'll just copy this. Okay, select star from customer. Oh, film. This is film, right? Film. Okay, where I'll take what is that column name? Rental duration. Okay, rental duration. Like I'll take two values. Okay, one is 4.99. Other one is 0.99. Okay, these two values only I'm interested now. I'll just delete this condition, other condition. Okay, I didn't select the entire statement. Okay, 4.99. Minute, why this is giving error? Oh, this is numeric, right? So only for strings you have to give, I guess. Okay, so 0 rows affected, which is not true because it has to give, because I know 4.99 is there. Okay, okay. So what does that mean? Why it is not fetching is, I'll tell you the reason. Okay, so what it says is a column where rental duration in 4.99. Okay, I'll just run this query. Rental duration, rental RENT duration, DURT duration, correct? Oh, sorry, my bad. See, rental duration, we have these numbers. I am typing this rental rate here, 4.1. That is the reason. Okay, my bad. Okay, so I'll say 4, comma 6. There is a single quotes 6. Okay, two values. Duration I want to see. Yes. So I have 415 rows out of 1000. If you remember, we have 1000 records here. Okay, for a film. So 400. So how many records? 415 people are there. Further, you can bifurcate this. You want only 4, just remove the 6 and see only for 4. Okay. So you can do multi query with in. Okay. So that's the beauty of in. So how many? 212 are uh, uh, 212 are what is that? 6 hours rental duration.
So Surendra,
Yeah.
this in function, so for example, in this film table, where rental duration is in 4 is I'm not getting that meaning. So for example, in this table of film,
Mhm.
the rental duration of 4 is what we are checking.
Yes. Say for example, you have a record. Okay, you have a record called film. Okay, I'll show you one
Okay.
more time with an
Mm.
example. So this is, just assume this is a record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you have rental duration. Okay, I
Okay.
know we have different I mean duration here, 4, 3, 1, 2, 6.
Hmm.
But if your management asks, I want to find out how many are 4 hours and 5 hours. Okay, then you will
Okay.
use the in keyword. Okay, you
Okay.
can use
But
the
we could
this
have
one also.
directly rental duration is equal to, we could have done it, right?
Yes,
In
yes, you can use the and also.
okay.
Okay, but and you can write multiple, but what does happens is if you add another and here, another and when it picks up the query, right? If you have a huge database, okay, like I'm talking about million of records, it takes a lot of time
Hmm.
to retrieve that data here. Okay,
Okay.
whatever the result you're seeing. In those cases, when you use the simple in, okay, you are optimizing your query and it will fetch your data really very quick.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and we never use star here. Okay, this is just for our learning purpose. Generally we'll
Mhm.
pick up whatever the details you need, release year, this one, or four, only 4 columns you need, you can write all those columns comma by, and then you can pick up.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so in you can try. Okay, in is very important, guys. I use all the time in. Okay, next one is after in we have like 1 minute, I'll just go through the PPT. Or in is done, then like between limit and fetch. Okay, now let's learn about like operator. Okay, so I'll say select first name comma last name, first name, last name from customer where. Okay, now this is a beauty. Okay, now you see the statement where uh, first name, okay, first name, we'll see like operator. Okay, like, okay, where is the quotes here? Yeah, like, you know the first three letters of that person, okay, or a customer. Okay, you can just say ANN, that's it. You don't know the rest. It could be anything, or Alexander, Annie. Okay, you don't know the first name for some reason. You just need the this one, and then you will have to pass on the parameter here with percentile. Okay, that's it. Only first letter. Okay, I'll show you these examples. Then you close this and run it. Okay, now you see how many entries I have with ANN, five rows. Okay, now we'll do something with film. Okay, I'll run this select uh, star film. Okay, I'll just highlight this and run it. So I have this records. Now mm, I have something called airport. Okay, so I want to see the title name of movie which starts with uh, AG. Okay, I know we have only one here. Agent Truman is there, but how many such entries we have? Okay, or we can see AL, Aladdin, Alabama Devil. These are the movie title names. Okay, so we'll practice this. I'll just copy this. Okay, so here we don't have first name and last name, so simply I'll take star. Okay, just for learning purpose. You want to pick film ID, title, description, you can do the practice. Select star from film where, what is the column name here? Title. Title, like, it starts with A, next letter L. Okay, and rest you don't know. So you will add this percentile symbol for query. Right? You now you see all the title starts with AL. This is how you can filter data. Alter Victory, Alone Trip, Alley, Evolution, Alien Center, blah blah blah. Okay, how many entries we have? 10. Similarly, you can do different use cases, guys. Okay. Only thing is you have to remember you have to change the column name here. Here I have written title, right? You have to go and do some combination here. Okay, now here we have length in minutes. Okay, 94 minutes, 150 minutes, 46. So I want to see average 60 minutes how many movies we have. Okay, so here I need to select length. Length where uh, length like I want to start with 6. Okay, so no operator matches with a given name. Why? Length is a function here. Okay, so that's the reason you see here it has turned into red here. Okay, so always we have to remember whenever we declare any column name, right, it should not mismatch. This is a problem. Okay, 1 minute, I'll just run this command. What is the spelling here? Length. Length. Correct only. Okay. So this is a problem. You can see the title. If it is a length, then it will pick up the normal keyword. Okay, so this is the problem, guys. This whenever you design your database column names, right? Just make sure it should not mismatch with the keywords. Okay, so how do you know the keywords? What are the keywords that you can find? You can, I'll show you when we are doing this at the designing part. Okay, so I'll pick for now, I'll pick something else. I'll say mm, where I'll pick what rental. Okay, release year. Okay, release year, no. Release year, no. I want to see in description how many are action movies are. See, we don't have any column name which shows which are action, thriller, horror. Okay, we don't know. So I want to look for some twist here. So let's do that. Where what is the title name? Description. Where the description, like, okay. I want to see kill. Okay, let's see if we can find one. Oh, again, I insert the entire thing. None. Okay, if it doesn't match, it will give you this column names. Okay, this is not a error, but there are none. Simply, simple. It means zero rows affected. It doesn't. So you don't have any data which matches with this. Okay. Now I'll just mention CA. Okay, it could be car, it could be California, whatever it may be. Okay, it is also not the description, like let's say love, none. Okay, so it is not matching. So I'll just run this select star from film. A fateful epic, epic is there. Okay, but now when we learn about this one, between, right? Between, we can filter out something similar. Okay, so I'll change this.
Even with Epic, why it is not coming? Can you
Sorry.
check with Epic percentage? It's not showing anything with in.
Yeah, it is not showing because there are no, maybe there is no word like love in the description.
No, no,
That
no.
is the
The Epic in the description box there was a Epic, right, word, right? So can you check with the Epic
okay.
in the description column there was Epic
Yeah,
in was there? Yeah.
yeah, I got it. So once 42 rows affected. Okay, and if you want to find out the drama. Okay, how many movies has a description called drama? You get all these things. Okay, so 106 rows affected. Drama. Okay, so you can use, see, this is the first, yeah, this is a difference parameter I'm using here, twist. So at the end I'm using the percentile, anything that starts with AL, it could be anything. Okay, but if I'm using specific, then I have to add it in a percentile, and at the end percentile, then it will pick that. Okay, I have something called womanizer here. Okay, okay, I'll just copy this and then I will paste it here. Okay, just make sure no space, otherwise we look for space also. Okay, you see how many humans are movies are there. Okay, so this is how you can use, filter, search those data. Okay, now I'll run one more. Okay, 1 minute, guys. Someone is calling me. Okay, send him a message. Something we have to learn. We have done or and okay. Fetch. Okay. Now we'll just play around with the fetch. Select title. Okay. And I'll use rental rate. Okay. Another column called rental rate. From which table? From film. Okay. I'll say fetch uh, first. Oh, sorry. First fetch first 5 rows only. Okay. Oh, W missing. Rows only. Okay. Just mention in caps. Okay. Rows only. Okay. First I'll run the select star from film command. Okay. So what we'll just try to understand what does the fetch do. Okay. Now it has run. Star means all. So you can see 1000 rows it is displaying. Okay. But I just need only 5 rows. How do I do that? I'll use instead of star I can use or star also can use. Okay. So I'm using title this column rental rate from film. I'm giving here the instruction to select only 5 rows. Fetch, you have to use the keyword first. Okay. If it is a last, you have to say last. Okay. Okay. So now you see combination only first 5 records. This is how you can look at your data. Clear, guys? This is the first 5 records. Okay, 1 to 5. You can see the indexing also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll select.
Suren, just one doubt. In the like command, if even if the woman is the W if kept in the small word, small letter instead of capital, it doesn't show anything. So it has to be exact.
Correct.
So in the like command, when you put percentage, the capital or a small letter makes important.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because no, what happens in real scenario. So there is an option also where you can write in any what do you call cases like capital or lowercase. It will fetch. I'll show you that also. So
Okay.
different,
Thank you.
yeah, different. There are different ways to. Okay. So last is not there. Okay, it shows only the first. So last is not there in SQL. So first 5 or if you need 10 rows, you can say 10 rows or 19 rows. I would just want the 19 rows for these 2 records. 19 records. Okay, you can see here 19 records. Something like this. Okay. Now, what is the other one? Fetch is one. Limit. Yeah, limit. Limit is the other one. Okay. Now, how do we write the limit one? I'll just copy this. Okay. I'll paste it. Select title instead of rental. I'll say release year. Release year from film, and I can say instead of writing all these things, I can say limit 5. That's it. Okay. Now you see it has picked up 5 records. Okay, same thing if you need 21, it will pick 21 rows. Okay, 21. Now you know how to use limit and fetch. Both are same, but different use cases. Here you have to write all these first rows only and all that. This is syntax. Okay, but here if you just want to write a simple with a number, just use the limit 21. That's it, or 20, 15, whatever. Okay, now we will learn about between. Okay, between we'll see. So what does the between do is it helps you select a range of values. Range. Okay. For example, uh, we can use the same select star from film only. Okay. What I'll do is I'll pick a range between uh, rental rate. Okay. I'll say between 1.99 to something 3.99 something range. Okay, you need to have that range. Okay, here also duration, if you want to pick something from 3 to 4 or 3 to 5, it will show how many entries are there. Okay, you can use all this logic to retrieve the information. I'll just copy this statement, select title, and I'll say rental rate. Okay, rental rate from films. Okay, then I'll say I'll use the where clause again. Where rental underscore rate. I'll use between here. Between. Okay, as soon as the SQL editor understands this is a keyword, it turns into this color. Okay, red color. Between. Now I have to give two operations here. 1.99. I'll say. Now for adding another one, what keyword I will use? And simple English statement. Okay, if you are looking for some two values, you will say two values, right? So this is how you're gonna write your statements. See, so this is between 1.99 to 3. Okay, how many record? 232. I'll slightly change it with different values now. Okay, I'll say 0.99 to 2. Okay, let's see. 6 for 64. Okay, so you can use different condition here between, then and, or. Okay, these are helpful keywords that will help you to fetch the data. Okay, and like, where is like? Here also you can write this command also. Okay, where title like A. Okay, so let me run this. Okay, airport and all. Now what happens if I write A? Okay, it will not pick. Okay, so you have to be very careful when to use caps and when to use smaller case. Okay, now you see all the movie title that starts with letter A. Okay, percentage. Okay, or if you say like A title, it will give different values here. Okay, which will start with wherever you have A. Okay, so you have to be very sure what you're typing. Okay, what you're searching. Sorry, I want, where is percentile? percentile. If I give a small, now see earlier we have 46 entries. Now 706. So we have A, right? So African A, affair, adaptation, academy, chamber. So just pick all. Okay. So just make sure with capital A versus lowercase. Okay. So when you are searching something in your database, 108 entries. Okay. So, okay. With a love. Now I'm writing in caps everything. Nothing is there. Okay. What if I say L O V? Okay, it will match the exact pattern. Whenever you use this percentile here and here, okay, it will match. Now see, it is matching. Now it has found something. Okay, just make sure you have to use the different combination permutation. Okay, to get your desired results here. Okay, and also you can use the one percentile at the beginning. Earlier I showed you, right? So I'll show you how to use the one percentile here. Okay, anything titles ends with man. Okay, whenever you use the percentile at the beginning, anything that ends with man, it will show the result. Okay, so this one, the statement that you see, a with percentile, anything starts with a. Okay, and this one is the reverse. Okay, nothing. Okay, I didn't select this. Okay, nothing is there. Okay, what if I say man, woman? Okay, see, man. Okay, true man, human, Roman, snowman. Okay, different combination. Okay, so this is where you're gonna learn using. Okay, this need a practice, guys. Let me tell you, this need a
Putting
practice.
percentage before the word or after the word makes a difference.
Yes, yes, yes. So anything, this first statement that I have highlighted here, A. So it looks for A at the starting. Okay, in title column, it will look anything with a and it will display. Okay, anything with two ampersand, two percentage sign means anything starts with a in any title column. Okay, anything that has a, it will show more records. Okay, specific, you know, the keyword specific, I'm looking for a love. Okay, or something, whatever, then you have to use two ampersand and then you have to write in uppercase, lowercase, and different permutation, and then you have to filter, and then you have to see what are the results and you can verify. And this one is anything that ends with man. This is the example I showed you, right? Anything the title ends with man or whatever the keywords you are looking for, that you can use it. Okay, so there is a difference before, after, and two percentage sign. This I use every day. Every day I use this percentage. If you practice it, it will. I mean, you can get good exposure. Okay,
Thank you.
so we'll write one more. Actually, I know this will take a lot of time, so I've already written in a notepad some examples that I'll type here just for learning purpose. Okay. Now you see, I have a select title, length, rental rate from film. Okay, where length is greater than 100. Okay, this we have not learned. This we learn in the upcoming classes. Okay, operators greater than 100 and rental rate in. See, this is the first condition. This is second condition. I'm using in, and then I'm using order by length, description, and limit only 10 rows. See, this is how it's gonna fetch 10 rows only. Okay, so first condition is what? Length is greater than 100. So we have 185. Yes, the condition is satisfying here. And rental rates in 2.9 and 4.9. Okay, 2. So we have 4.9 and 2 entries. Okay, and order by description. Okay, order by sorry, descending. Okay, from, okay, so you can see it is descending S, okay, by length. Okay, it is showing by length. So here order by length. Length is this field. So we have only 185. It is showing by only one value. Okay, but this is how you have to write your queries to fetch complex um, complex queries to uh, filter the data. Okay, so it comes only by practice, guys. Okay, so if you practice, you will get a good uh, okay. Now, I think we are done. We have done the topic for today. What I'll do is I'll just save this. First, I'll save it. Okay, and then I'll send it immediately so that you can stop the recording side. Okay, so what is the name of this file? Uh, SQL practice 01. Okay, I've shared the